Two former #1 picks are turning into superstars, and somehow the NBA couldn't care less. It's a massive problem we're all sick of. We are over the Lakers and Warriors being rammed down our throats while almost no other team gets national coverage. Paolo Banchero and Cade Cunningham can both take the leap this season into MVP talks. Only the Magic and the Pistons have just 6 real national TV games scheduled, while the Knicks, Lakers, and Warriors have over 20. Views are already down. We need a new wave of young stars like Paolo and Cade in the spotlight to keep the NBA and basketball thriving, but ESPN keeps leading their coverage with can't-miss stories such as who Bronny James is dating. And overall, continuing to promote Steph and LeBron is a quick fix band-aid for a much larger issue. Because what happens when they retire and suddenly the NBA has no big names to promote? So today, we're doing what the NBA won't. Enough Lakers. Let's look at 2 of the game's brightest young stars and figure out together, are they the future faces of the league? And if so, why is the NBA ignoring them? So let's ask ourselves, what does a path to superstardom really look like? Here are the 4 most recent guards who went on to win MVPs when they were still in year 4. Looking at this list, we can see pretty similar numbers between the 4 of them, but where does Cade fit in? If you're guessing in the middle, to me that would make perfect sense, but when we add him to this list, Cade Cunningham's name is at the top with the most points per game, assists per game, and rebounds per game, while also having the best field goal percentage. You see numbers like this and have to wonder, if Cade played for the Lakers or was not a quiet type of leader, would we already be sick about hearing too much about him instead of wondering why he's not getting enough buzz? Cade's year 4 numbers compare with the best of them. How many players do you think have averaged at least 26 points and 9 assists in one single season? Only 11. What if we were to add 6 rebounds per game to those numbers? Now we have only 7. And then if we included age, let's just say, I don't know, 23 years or younger, we have only 2 players, Cade Cunningham and Oscar Robertson, which means we better enjoy those 6 national TV games, huh? And maybe here, the lack of recognition is because some people still feel like Detroit does not matter in the real NBA picture. If the Pistons were still a losing team, maybe we could downplay Cade's numbers. But guys, before we continue, I'm very excited to say that this video is sponsored by SeatGeek. With the NFL season officially in full swing and MLB playoffs happening, I know I want to be going to some games, and that is where SeatGeek has us covered. Anyone, not just new users, anyone can use my promo code Korzemba10 for 10% off their order on SeatGeek. Sports, festivals, concerts, you name it, SeatGeek has you covered, as SeatGeek also rates tickets on a scale of 1 to 10. Green being good, red being bad, so look for those green dots. No matter how many times you bought tickets before, again, using promo code Korzemba10 is going to get you 10% off of your order. So what are you waiting for? Open your SeatGeek app and use my promo code Korzemba10 to get 10% off of your order right now. This offer is only available for a limited time. That is code Korzemba10 for 10% off of your order at SeatGeek. Thank you again to SeatGeek for sponsoring today's video, and now let's get back into today's video. But with players such as Asar Thompson, Jaden Ivey, and Jalen Duren, Detroit not only has a promising young core, this team is fun to watch and they win. Cade himself is shown to be a true franchise star when we know that word should not be taken lightly at all. Last season, the 2025 Detroit Pistons had the 6th largest improvement in wins from one year to the next in NBA history. Teams that usually take this leap have also usually added big name stars. The 2008 Celtics added Hall of Famers such as Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen. The 05 Suns brought in MVP Steve Nash. The 1980 Celtics had a rookie Larry Bird. Detroit added Tobias Harris and Malik Beasley. No offense to those guys, but I don't exactly see them holding up an MVP trophy anytime soon. Maybe if they go to China. Detroit's improvement here was extremely rare, and it was Cade's leap that led the way. But we do know the ultimate truth. True stars are made in the playoffs, right? So where did Cade hold up when the lights were the brightest? Turns out Cade did not just hold up, he continued to make history. Only 9 players have ever averaged at least 25 points, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds per game in a single playoff run. As you can probably guess, Cade is on that list, but things get even better. Because if we add his age into the mix, against the New York Knicks, Cade became one of just 6 players under the age of 23 to average those stats, along with LeBron, Jokic, Ja, Oscar, and Luka. If Detroit had taken down New York, maybe Cade would already be getting the credit he deserves, because his first playoff series individually was a huge success. We keep coming back to history, but that is what he's making. Only 3 players have ever put up a total of 150 points, 50 assists, and 50 rebounds in their first playoff series. I would have thought LeBron was a guarantee here, but instead, we have Luka, Jokic, and Cade. Then when we look at the actual film, you can feel the energy of a superstar in progress. Down 3-1 against the Knicks after several close games, Cade closed out Game 5 like a star. We do have to remember that Game 4 ended like this.
Could get an opportunity to get a putback.
Cunningham driving, pull-up jumper, no good. Harris battling, loose ball on the floor. Picked up, Hardaway, 2 seconds left, puts up the shot, no, and the game is over. JB Bickerstaff is on the floor irate. He thought there should have been a foul called on the Hardaway shot.
But now in Game 5, Cade was out for redemption. With under 6 minutes left, he showed he was unstoppable in transition. Then with closer to 4 minutes to go, he calmly stepped into a 3 and Mike Breen, bang. Under 2, we saw the nuance to his game, the patience, the soft touch with a floater. Then to close this one out, Cade took the ball, got swarmed, and under pressure, found Asar for the finish. To be fair, because we do want to be honest, Game 6 and the series did end on a poor note. Cade ended up missing a layup near the end of the game, and Brunson closed out the game and the series with a huge 3-pointer. But I think we can all agree here, in basketball and in sports in general, it is the true superstars who learn from these moments and come back better. And what's really important is that Cade is the type of leader who takes the ball in the final moments and, win or lose, lives with whatever happens next. Cade Cunningham's current path means the NBA's blind eye towards its young stars is real, and Paolo Banchero, he's proof that that blind eye is bigger than just one player. In just the 4th game of his 3rd season against the Indiana Pacers, Paolo went out and made his presence known. As a 6'10" wing with strength that is rarely seen in such a young player, Paolo imposed his will at the rim, took over the game, and ended with 50 points, 13 rebounds, and 9 assists. We now know that the Pacers went on to reach the NBA Finals, which makes this feat even more impressive. But do you know the youngest player in NBA history to score a 50-point game? It isn't Paolo, that would be perfect for this video, but it's also not LeBron or Luka. The answer is a shocker, Brandon Jennings, who will still bring this up all of the time on Gilbert Arenas' podcast. But overall, looking at this list, save for Kevin Porter Jr., all we have are superstars or Hall of Famers. The question, is Paolo on that same path to stardom? Well, again, the stats keep screaming NBA history at us. Paolo is still very young. He won't turn 23 until the 2026 season has already started, which means we know the potential to grow is there. But would you think, with the hype he's been given, that Paolo would be on lists with LeBron James and Luka? At this point, I think you know what's coming next. 50 points was impressive. Even more impressive, last season Paolo became one of just 8 players to ever average at least 25 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists at the age of 22 or younger. He did so after rehabbing mid-season from a torn oblique, which is as painful as it sounds. And what did we see from his return game? After missing over 2 months of action, Paolo came back with a 34-point statement that told the NBA world, I am here and you can't deny me. But even better, let me ask you a question. Do true stars raise or lower their games when it comes to the playoffs compared to the regular season? As we know with Playoff Jimmy, stardom can be built on the back of a great playoff reputation. The Orlando Magic have had some extremely rough years as of late. They in fact have not made the second round of the playoffs since the 2010 season. But now with Paolo Banchero, it looks like things will change quickly. Paolo is a playoff performer. He raised his numbers to 27 points, 8.6 rebounds, and 4 assists per game in a 7-game series against against the Cavaliers. And then while last season was a bit of a playoff letdown for the Orlando Magic as a team, can we blame Paolo when he was again just raising his level of play? The NBA has only seen 4 players ever average at least 29 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists per game in the playoffs at 22 years or younger. 3 are known megastars in LeBron James, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Luka Doncic. The 4th, we have Paolo Banchero. But just like with Cade, Paolo is not getting the same hype as these other stars. Only maybe this is the year. Maybe we're early to their leap to superstardom. Maybe we're about to watch 2 former #1 picks battle Wemby for who is truly up next. The possibility is there. What we know for certain is that we cannot wait to see what happens next. And there we have it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, I think you'll really like this video on the NBA's next superstar in hiding. This is a video that's also on a player not getting the hype he deserves, but is not yet at the level of a Paolo or a Cade Cunningham. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much for supporting. You are awesome. We all know it. And as always, have an awesome day, and cue that music.